And, I never really dreamed. I wasn't a dreamer. Dreaming's hoping. I believed. When you believe it, I think it has something the way you act and how you deal with people. Your expectation, and you put expectations on them. You treat a person as he is, he's going to stay as he is. Treat a person as if he were what he could be and should be, he'll become what he could be and should be. I didn't dream, I believe we were going to do it. Let's go!
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to this final coverage here of Super Wildcard Weekend. We're previewing the finale of the games, and as it will be tomorrow evening, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taking place at Raymond James Stadium. This game will be on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes, along with NFL Plus if you're a subscriber to that. Kickoff will be at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, as these two teams have only met twice in the postseason. The Dallas Cowboys are 2-0 versus Bucs all time in the postseason, having shut them out in 1982, 38-0, and then they beat them again the following year. That was under Tom Landry's Cowboys. But other than that, get ready to get all set right here. Second straight year in a row that a Monday night football game has hosted the playoffs. There have been some other games that have been played on a Monday in the past. Before, last year was the very first one with the LA Rams hosting the Arizona Cardinals, as we look at it. And that was a beatdown right there too. But other than that, we're gonna see what happens here. It's definitely been real interesting to watch right now. Tom Brady, who has a 7-0 record versus the Dallas Cowboys, as we look at it, which includes going right now, completing 160 of 262 passing attempts, threw for 1,945 yards, along with 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He has been sacked 17 times for a loss of 97 yards. He has a lifetime career QB rating of 95, basically, for that. And it's definitely been not the same Tampa Bay Bucs team, but at the same time, too, it is definitely been an interesting ride all season under Todd Bowles, who has returned back to the playoff, or who has not been in the playoffs his first year as a coach. And like I said, there have been it's only happened in the past where 4 times a playoff game has been played on a Monday. You have to go back to the very first one, December 26, 1955, where the Browns defeated the LA Rams in that game. Then you had, of course, in 1960, which was the Eagles defeating the Packers for the NFL championship. And then in 1977, it was LA Rams defeating the Minnesota Vikings. That was in the divisional round right there in Los Angeles, right there. That game was on CBS. So the guys in the call were Vince Scully, Alex Hawkins. The Vikings won that game 14-7. And then, of course, like I said last year, January 17th, where Steve Levy, Brian Greasy, and Louis Riddick had the call, and where the Rams defeated the Cardinals in that contest, as we looked at it, who actually went on to win all 4 games en route to become the second team to win a Super Bowl in their home stadium. Again, they defeated the Cardinals 34-11 in that contest right there. And let the games begin tomorrow right now, because a lot of speculation has been put on, Mike McCarthy. Should he lose this game, will his job be in jeopardy right there? And to get into that right now, Jerry Jones, he was quoted as saying, "I have real confidence, all the confidence in the world in Mike, our offensive line coaches, and our offensive personnel, our coordinator. I have all the faith in the world that we can make the kind of adjustments we need to make this week. I can see us playing better." This be Tom Brady's first meeting, not only versus Mike McCarthy, but also the Dallas Cowboys. He has never met either of the two in the postseason. Tom Brady this year, his four core comebacks are tied with the second most in his career, which is also four. And his matched his season high of 5 game-winning drives each since 2013. And in 2013, remember, he came up just one win shy away from going to Super Bowl 48 at the time. They lost to the Denver Broncos on the road in Denver. According to ESPN, Bucks team reporter Jenna Lane, Bucks will have until 4 p.m. Monday to activate center Ryan Jensen from IR for Monday night. Should the Bucks advance and he doesn't play Monday, he could still be activated this week before his 21-day practice window closes. Jensen, if you recall, he suffered a severe knee injury back in training camp on July 28th, and he had to be carried off the field. He has not played all season. Former Pro Bowler, right there, has won a championship with the uh, Bucks with Tom Brady. Cowboys, more or less, I mean, ever since their last Super Bowl victory, which is after Super Bowl 30, they've gone to 4-11 in the playoffs, going no further than the divisional round, and where they've been 0-6. Last time they had been in the divisional round, you had to go back as far as 4 years ago, where they lost on the road at the Los Angeles Coliseum to the LA Rams, who actually did go on to the Super Bowl, only fell short of Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, where they would match Steelers for 6 Super Bowls. Now, aside from all that, the Cowboys this year, their defensive ranked fifth with 342 points allowed, second in turnover ratio at +10. They're good at taking the ball away, 33 takeaways and 23 giveaways. The season, the Cowboys have outscored the opponents 467 to 342, which is fifth in the league and third in the NFC. And also, too, for the Cowboys, the wild card round alone, they are 1-3, having only beaten the Bears back in 1991 before they would have their season end a week later in the playoffs in the divisional round to the Detroit Lions, who would come up short to Washington, who would actually go on to win their third and final Super Bowl under Joe Gibbs, who did it with 3 different quarterbacks last time Washington be Super Bowl relevant also that season. And this would be the third meeting between these two teams, like I said, all time in the playoffs. Dak Prescott right now going into this game. Now, he's been a lot of guy who's been suspect of turning the ball over a lot. When you really think about it, I mean, Dak Prescott right now for this season, the guaranteed money man, he has 23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. He's threw for 2,860 yards this season, which is not all that impressive right there. But he's played 12 games basically, and this has been definitely a career low for him so far. But I mean, his yards per game still not too bad. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, this is only like his it ranks fifth as far as like his lowest, but 238 yards per game for him this year. He has a QBR of 58.3, which is the third lowest in his career. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. This is a lot of pressure's been put on him right now too. I mean, to really get going for his career and for the team. I mean, when you look at everything, I mean, Dak Prescott, who fought tooth and nail to get a guaranteed contract. Remember, he had broken leg back in 2020 and COVID, but he did get his fully guaranteed money, $95 million, which is $40 million per year, contract value of altogether of $160 million, getting his bag from Jerry Jones, basically. So he's got about uh 4 more years after, or he's got actually, excuse me, 2 more years after this playoff game with two voidable years, and in 2025 and 2026. Now, what do the Dallas Cowboys need to do to stand out and beat Tom Brady for the first time ever in their career? Here's some of the most important objective for them. It will be on defense, not to surrender a home run play or several. Cowboys defense has been susceptible, excuse me. Recently, the deep verticals that really haven't had a ton of bells and whistles about them. They are leaking huge plays in the past several weeks and should be a very massive concern. Tampa Bay does not generate many of them, but with Tom Brady and Mike Evans, deep tests are coming. And speaking of that connection right now, Tom Brady, Mike Evans, they have hooked up right now for 6 touchdowns together. Mike Evans, he has caught 77 receptions for 1,124 yards right now, uh, which is the fifth highest in his career. And we'll see what happens right there. So that's definitely gonna be like a true test right there, if you ask me. I mean, they've been struggling chemistry wise throughout this year. But then when you also look at the defense side of the ball too for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I mean, check this out: Levante David and Devin White right there, who have been a tandem at helping create negative yardage and tackles for loss. Between the two of them, they are tied for tackles with 124 combined apiece. Uh, you have Levante David with 10 tackles for loss. Devin White second on the team with 8. You got Antoine Winfield also behind them with 7 here. And you look at the person who leads their team in sacks, that'd be Vita with 6.5 this season. He's also got 13 quarterback hits, which ranks third on this team. Now, one thing opponents need to do for versus Cowboys would be to shut down the run and take CeeDee Lamb out of the game on defense. On offense, opponents need to run the ball and not turn over. Week 1, the Buccaneers did just about everything on that checklist. And speaking of that game right there, as we mentioned, the very first opener of that game, when you looked at it, the Dallas Cowboys right there on the ground were outrushed 152 to 71 on the ground. They only had 3 points to show for it. 93 was the final score in that game. Uh, Turnover ratio, they're dead even. But when you look back a year prior to uh, the season opener for the defending Super Bowl champions at the time, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the rushing game, not really that impressive. But if you looked at it, I mean, Dak Prescott kind of pretty much went toe to toe with Tom Brady. He outpassed him 391 to 379 yards in that game. The Cowboys were +3 in turnover ratio in that game. And you saw right there, I mean, Dak Prescott, who played following his broken leg, but Tom Brady, the only difference was he had about one more touchdown than Dak Prescott did. Tom Brady in that game had 4 touchdowns and 200. Uh, and Mike McCarthy going back right now. Do I believe if the Cowboys lose this game, is he finished? It would have to really take like a real sloppy performance, if you ask me. I mean, for right now, if they lose close, I see them sticking around. I mean, the only concern I think with the Cowboys this season is how their defense has definitely been slipping up noticeably down the stretch. Right here, like I said, they're ranked 5th in points defense and have really done an outstanding job trying to keep things in order for everything. Uh, with everything that's been happening here as we looked at it and right now. I mean, the Cowboys for this season, I mean, when you look at them being fifth in points defense, I mean, only giving up 342 points, their alarming rate as far as like their defense been slipping up. You could probably go back as early to like the Chicago Bears right there. You probably say, I mean, Chicago Bears who lost 10 straight after being 3-4 in the New England Patriots, they still outscored them by 20 points. But I mean, ever since then, I mean, check this out too. Where the alarm rate has gone off. They give up 31 points to the Packers. Then about let's see, 40 points to the Jacksonville Jaguars, where they had a 17-point lead that was blown, and then 34 to the Eagles. That was a close game on Christmas Eve. And last but not least, they got beat 26-6 to the Washington Commanders in Washington. So it's definitely something to be definitely been slipping up. Of course, Michael Parsons, who was one of the Defense Player of the Year candidates, who has been trying to do it, who's been dealing with a hand injury, but we'll see what goes on right now. Yeah, hand laceration, and was forced to play with a club. He said it was good when asked about it back on January 4th, but he said going to be full, no club. Parsons said via Schuler Dixon of the Associated Press. So right now, a lot. I think right now, I mean, Cowboys who have definitely been their Super Bowl contenders, yellow and possible favorites right now, and you gotta wonder how they'll be able to do this right now. But like I said, the winner of this game will travel to Santa Clara, take on the San Francisco 49ers at Levi's Stadium. The Giants, by virtue of defeating the Minnesota Vikings earlier today in Minnesota, they'll travel to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. And then those of you who just saw the Cincinnati Bengals hang on to beat the Baltimore Ravens, they'll be traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills in the divisional round. Kansas City Chiefs will host the Jacksonville Jaguars right here. Mike McCarthy too. He is 9-7 when he was paired with Aaron Rodgers in the postseason, and has been 1-2 in NFC Championship games. So in this game, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna roll the dice and go for the Dallas Cowboys. I'll tell you one thing, Dallas Cowboys. I think they're gonna finally push the store through. I think they'll get as far as the NFC Championship game. I think this year they'll break the jinx. Super Bowl, we'll wait and see. But I tell you what, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this has been a season unlike any other. I mean, Bruce Arians, who's went up to the front office, uh, given Todd Bowles a coaching position. I mean, who has not coached in the league for like a few years. As a matter of fact, when you look at like what he's trying to do, I mean, with this team, he's last coached with New York Jets, which was back in 2018 was his last stint. He's coached there for 4 seasons, only had one winning season where they just missed playoffs. And ever since then, it's been all losing seasons, including this year despite winning the division title. So you got that right there. I mean, and the Bucks right there, they're 3-1 when winning the turnover battle. So one of the biggest keys in this game, whoever can take care of the ball the most will go on and win this game. The Dallas Cowboys, at least for the most part, they are second in the league when it comes to turnover ratio. They're plus 10 in that regard, 33 takeaways, 23 giveaways. So that is going to be the key for right there too. And I would also tell you this right there: if they can find a way to force the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go to the run game, take away Mike Evans too, that'd be another thing to look out for in this matchup right here. Because since that connection, you gotta imagine guys in the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, guys could be disruptive in this game. I would look for guys like Michael Parsons to be a disruptor, along with Leighton Vander Esch. I mean, right now, I mean, the Cowboys right now, for the most part, they gotta do their job. They gotta find a way to block Tom Brady's vision right here. And if they can do that, I tell you what, if you get pressure on him, I mean, and like find ways force him to go to the run game. I think this could open things up for Leighton Van Der Esch too, who, along with Donovan Wilson, have the top two combined tackles on our team. 101 with Donovan, 90 with Leighton Van Der Esch. So take away Mike Williams, and you might have yourself a game plan here. I mean, this contest, because to be honest, with Chris Godwin too, he's had 104 receptions for the Bucks with only 3 touchdowns. He leads the team with receptions, was second on the team with receiving yards. So if you find a way to take away Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, force the Bucks to go to the run game, I think the Cowboys got legit shot as long as they take care of the ball. That's gonna be the key for this. Once again, I'm Charles Prodigy Richey. You can follow me on Twitter at MelSteelCGR and on Instagram at MelSteelNation. So always don't be trolling, be rolling. I gone. Thank you for watching the Meta Steel podcast with your host Charles Prodigy Richey here on YouTube. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button. And for all the latest Meta Steel podcast episodes, feel free to download them on Mixcloud, Anchor.fm, and SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts.